Federal government reduces charges against former CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele to 6 counts. Can you imagine? I know that initially they had 20 counts of charges on him, and now it has been reduced to 6. So what are these charges? And why is Emefiele not speaking? Why is he not confessing? Because he was used by Buhari's government to do what they did. All this looting that Buhari's administration had, Emefiele was on top of all of this, and he had enough information about how Nigerian money was spent and by who. Okay, even Tinubu himself that is in power, all the bullion van wahala, he was there masterminding everything, and he cannot say he doesn't know. So only God knows why he's going through this punishment, and he's being used as a scapegoat, and he has accepted it, and he's not confessing, he's not saying the truth that will deliver Nigeria. All of them are the same, I must tell you the truth. Both Emefiele, Tinubu government, Buhari government, all of them are the same, and part of Jonathan government as well. Because that is what the Zania Madeke under Jonathan looted Nigeria dry, and part of the problem is what is getting right there at London as we speak. The federal government has slashed the charges against ex-Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Godwin Emefiele from an initial 20 counts to just 6 counts. Can you imagine? The charges centered on alleged procurement fraud, have been significantly descaled or downscaled from an initial 6.5 billion to 1.2 billion. Can you imagine? The amended charges implicate Emefiele in purportedly conferring advantages on a CBN staff member, Sadatu Ramalan Yaro, and her company, April 1616 Investment Limited. Hey, look at the name of business. April 1616. Now, wow. Conferring advantages on a CBN staff member. Oh, boy. Then the accusations detail instances where contracts for the supply of various vehicles were allegedly awarded to April 1616 Investment Limited, where Yaro holds a directorship. In the amended charge sheet marked CR 577/2023, cited by the Punch on Wednesday, Emefiele is the only defendant in the new charge. So where is the Yaro who owns April 1616 Investment Limited? Now, wow. Where is Yaro? So why is Emefiele the only defendant in the case? This is a serious one. It means that the matter is not going anywhere. So Emefiele is obviously paying for the sins of embezzlement in Buhari's administration. Emefiele is the only person paying for it. I pity him. And because he's a Delta Igbo speaking man, they are going to finish him. They are going to treat him like Igbo man, I tell you the truth. The case, initially filed in August, has faced numerous setbacks, including Emefiele's absence during court proceedings when the Department of State Services failed to produce him. Further complicating matters, the Nigerian Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress strike paused the arraignment process. Can you imagine? So what is happening here, from what I can see, is that Emefiele is paying for the sins of Buhari's ministers. That is true. Because all the money they looted under Buhari's administration, there's no way Emefiele wouldn't have seen them through. But why is Emefiele is only defendant in this case? Even the so-called April 1616 Investment Limited, owned by a senior staff of CBN, Ramalan Yaro, is still not part of the defendant. Is still not defending. It's not included in the case. Is that not bad? So why is Emefiele the only defendant in this kind of case? Why not go and arrest this Ramalan Yaro, to come and explain how he had this conflict of interest with CBN and supported by the CBN governor? So, and all of those charges that they have removed, does it mean that they're no longer valid? Or does it mean that they remove the less significant and then retain the most significant? But my question is, why is Emefiele alone paying for the since of Buhari's administration. Why? Because even the so-called changing of naira note was done between Emefiele, Buhari, and what is his name? The Attorney General of Federation, Malami, as at that time. Yeah? So why is it that other ministers are not involved with all that has happened? What about the Minister of Finance? Yeah? What about all those ADs that were working with Buhari that time? Why not get them involved? Why is only Emefiele suffering it? Yeah? This is actually not a very good one for Emefiele. I tell you, will he be out of it? That we don't know. Will Emefiele be out of it? That we don't know. Okay, who is going to bill Emefiele? At the end of the day, is Emefiele going to end his life as ex-convict? Because the same way they did to Baba Chelawa, or the same way they did to Ojis Okalo, that was supposed to be an ex-convict, but now they have used their power of legislators to redeem him. So at the end of the day, with all that has happened under Buhari's government, is it only Emefiele that will end up as ex-convict? Because that would be a partial justice, not an injustice as well. But then, because he's not cannot be exonerated from it, but again, he's not the only person. They should get other people if we must, sanitize this country. All these jokes of a haphazard corruption fight is not going to help Nigeria. I must tell you the truth. This is selective anti-graft fight. Okay, selective fight against corruption. Selective fight against corruption. That is what we see. Not that the people that have been arrested are free, but not that they are the only people too that should be arrested. Why are others not arrested? Why is that there's nobody from the north that has ever been arrested? Why is there nobody from the west has ever been arrested? Why is there nobody from the middle belt has ever been arrested? Why? So this is a question that the government must answer. If there must be justice, if there must be fairness, if there must be, a genuine fight for corruption, everybody involved must be arrested. Let's go for the people that perpetrated corruption under Buhari's administration. Even though the similarity has started, somebody like the so-called Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawale, the former governor of Zamfara State, has issues on his neck, and now he's the Minister of Defense. Meanwhile, he was aligning with the Boko Haram and bandits in Zamfara State when he was the governor. He was purportedly mentioned that he bought vehicles, Hilux, Toyota Hiluxes for the bandits to use. The same person is now Minister of Defense. What a shame. Almost everybody in Tinubu's government have one corruption case or the other from previous administrations, and now they are not touching them. So why? Why? I pity the direction Nigeria is going. So Emefiele, sorry for you, but I think for there to be a genuine fight for corruption, not only Emefiele should be arrested, even the owner of the Ramallah, the April 1616 Investment Limited, that was a director of that business and a senior management person in a CBN, should also be arrested at this time, having discovered the conflict of interest that occurred. So thank you for listening, and let's have a comment.